I think I made the decision of general practice as soon as I made the decision of wanting to be a doctor. I prefer the community setting, getting to know families, following them through, knowing people as their social network and having an impact in that setting rather than hospital.
Because I really like the idea of continuity with families and patients, and when I think about some of the families that I've looked after over years and years, it's that continuity and relationship that I've built up that's really helped with their healthcare.
I like the variety in general practice, and also you can follow up your patients quite a lot. So in the hospital you'll see them maybe as a one-off and never know what happens to them, but here people recognise you and come back to see you, which is lovely.
The beauty of general practice is that there's so much variety, you're never bored, because hospital medicine becomes quite boring. Once you're doing the same thing in and out. And I think it's the challenge that really gets me going, so I really enjoy that challenge because you never know what's coming next.
The beauty of this job is the relationship that you build up both with your patient and with the team around you, and that's a very positive thing. Most of the time that feels very positive.
What drives most of us is the need to be loved and to love, and I think that stems in primary care, because I have the luxury and the pleasure of seeing 30-40 patients every day who open their hearts out and talk to me.
Particularly satisfying when people actually have quite hard issues that they turn up with, whether it be physical, physiological or psychological, and then you see them progress through and see them come out the other side in a far better state, and that's very satisfying and rewarding.
Having been a trainee, I'd say it's quite nice to develop your knowledge and your skill set and be able to manage more and more as you advance. So I enjoy that aspect of it as well.
Here particularly, there's a great team spirit, so I get along with everyone. And also you do feel like you make a difference to patients. You often do get people coming back thanking you.
The GP practice I'm in at the moment, I love working at because there's a really nice team atmosphere. You get to feel that you're really making a difference with people.
People think general practice is easy. I think it's one of the most difficult branches because you're dealing with everything over here, and plus having the ability to say, okay, there's nothing to worry about is the most difficult thing.
If they go to hospital, they're going to see a specialist for a specialist condition. In general practice, the door is open for anything, and so it provides you with the exposure to humanity, all its sufferings and pleasures. For example, people who are ill come and see us, people who perceive themselves ill come and see us, and the pleasures, people who fall pregnant and they grow their families and they have their babies. So you see this interface.
The consistency, the patient contact, the having greater control over the hours that you work. In some respect, you could say there is no threshold to the opportunities out there. So you are in control to choose what you wish to do. So in this surgery, we have many doctors who have a subspeciality. So you don't need to be 100% based in the GP practice. You can work 1 or 2 days in the GP practice and then do other specialities.
There is a nice postgraduate education facility where they can support you in both your professional development and your clinical development. So there's lots of opportunities for things like fellowships and learning the other skills you need to advance your career.
I think with general practice, because it's such a broad field, people have areas which they tend to either have more of an exposure to because of their training, but also they have an interest in certain areas, so you can sort of develop those interests.
It does feel like a career where doors are constantly opening.
What makes me proud is actually when I help someone and make a real impact in someone's life.
The relationship that we've got as a team and how we work together so well to deliver really good healthcare for the community.
The proudest point is actually picking up a diagnosis very early on and getting it right.
Having gone through the training, it made me really confident, and since then I've never looked back.
The minute you start talking about why you should be a GP, you suddenly think, actually, yeah, it is the greatest job in the world.